Hey everybody, I'm Griffin, and this is Theta, and this is a death battle! No, that's not our intro. Welcome to Stone-Faced Reactions, where we watch videos and then don't react to them whatsoever. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here to spin the wheel and just see what we get. What are we gonna get today? And it's spinning, and it's yellow. We're doing Mandalorian versus WandaVision. Oh, the two series against each other. Here we go.
And I lost, so I get to pick.
Oh gosh, yeah, you do. Because this would be a hard decision if I had to pick, because I love them both.
Now, this is a real rivalries, am I right?
Most likely, yes.
Yep, it's a
Yeah, it
real
sure
rivalries,
is.
which means it's not based on a vote between people at a Comic-Con.
It's based upon Adam's critical lens.
Right. See, my thing is, if this was based on a Comic-Con view, I know instantly who I would pick first.
Mm-hmm.
But Adam's critical lens, huh? Ooh, this is a real thinker. On one hand, you have one of these shows. On the other hand, I have to hold down my microphone button with that hand. So, on the other hand, you have another one of these shows. Oh, jeez. Hold on. This requires a real moment of thought.
You have seen both of them, though, right?
Yeah. This isn't me playing it
Gotcha.
for the camera. I've seen both of them, and I have real, actual thoughts, but...
Oh yeah, so this is a tough call for both of us, because you like both of them too, right?
Yeah... You know... I'm gonna go WandaVision. I'm going WandaVision.
Ooh, you chose the really good one then.
They're both
So
really good. That's my problem.
they are. Uh so WandaVision definitely has like a little bit of those like Marvel tie-in elements, which always kind of eh. Mandalorian has a lot of good stuff for going for it, and I would genuinely say is the best piece of Star Wars media right now that is not a mainline movie. And is probably better than like the last three movies that came out. That would be my critical opinion. Mandalorian makes me actually excited to see more Star Wars.
I hope it's not making you excited to see the Book of Fett because
Oh
apparently
no, I saw the Book of Fett and I'm just like, no, probably not.
I haven't seen it yet, but I only heard bad things. See, that's why I was trying to think of. They're both very good. What is the worst thing about both of them?
Mm-hmm.
Grogu, not bad. The character's not bad. The name is fucking stupid. So Grogu, the name is the worst thing about
Markable
Mandalorian.
plushie, the character, right? No, I would actually say he's an integral and incredibly important part of the show. The worst part about Mandalorian, for me, is that it still happens within Star Wars, and towards the end of like the latest season of it, they started pulling in other characters and trying to tie it into other characters' stories, which I feel took away from what it was,
Okay,
which is a story about this lone cowboy character and his ward.
here's the thing. Clearly, you didn't hear me. I said not the character Grogu, the
Mhm.
name Grogu.
Oh yeah,
So you just argued that the character was very important. That's it. Yeah, I know. That's not what I said. Also,
yeah.
Mandalorian is great also because it takes place in the Star Wars universe. It takes place at a certain point after the last Death Star is destroyed and the Emperor is killed and everything. It takes place between the certain movie, so you can actually tell what's happening based on what's happening, like the
Mhm.
stormtroopers, for example, or this
Right.
one Moth that's still acting around. It's not bad because it takes place in the universe of Star Wars and tries to bring people in. Those people exist. You'd be asking why aren't they around when they should be.
Well, it's the tie-in elements. My answer to why aren't they around is because it's not their story. And that is what usually draws me out of these things. There's the slightest bit of that in WandaVision, but to a lesser extent,
There's none
right?
of that in WandaVision, really.
Um,
Everyone that's there, it's their story. To me, my argument to the worst part about
mhm,
WandaVision was Agatha all along, in that everybody
mhm.
fucking knew it was Agatha all along from the very beginning. So
I
they're
was surprised.
they're trying their attempt to subvert it was the worst part. Everyone, it's the same thing that I had with Grogu. Grogu the character, amazing. Grogu the name, horrible. Agatha all along, expected. It's what.
Right. For me, what is the worst part about WandaVision for me? That is actually a tough question, and I would probably say the primary antagonist is the military guy, right? Or secondary, I guess. He's carrying a lot of the weight of being the antagonist despite not being it throughout the entire thing. He he has like this very simple-minded military goal and he doesn't even accomplish it. And he's the weakest character. He's there as a foil to the B team, who is there to give greater context to what's going on in the A team.
Your read of the situation, I find, is very odd.
Yeah?
Your antagonist is an asshole, sure, but he's actually the good guy. So, Wanda is the antagonist of WandaVision.
There's I'm only talking purely in the terms of like narratively he's the antagonist. He's not totally evil, but he is like a military dude using someone's dead husband to bring it back to life as a tool of destruction.
Not a
When
tool of
that's literally not
destruction,
what Vision
a
is.
tool as a hero. He's trying to use it as its intended purpose. So you remember,
Well, I mean,
Vision
there's
was built.
literally the scene where like the White Vision like comes in and tries crushing Wanda's skull, right? So
Because she took an entire town hostage, and those people, by the way, begging for help.
it is
She is
Vision without the Mind Stone. It is just the robot. It is just the tool.
I'm
But
just saying that she is clearly the villain of the story, and he, as the government worker trying to solve the situation, is the hero. He just happens to be an
mhm.
asshole, and we just happen to have an emotional connection to Wanda.
Right. And I mean, it's telling that like the worst thing I can say about either of these series is that it's not as good as there's like a singular element in there that's not as good as I wanted it to be, right? It's like if that's the worst I can say, I genuinely say both these series are great.
I mean, I just had to make up something to make me figure out which one I liked worse than the other one. And again, I'm going to go with WandaVision because I think it holds up more,
Mhm.
especially in the way that it plays with multiple settings. Whereas The Mandalorian is basically an episodic western set in the Star Wars universe. So it's got the one setting.
Right, yeah. And I think like in these terms, Wanda's like a highly experimental show, and it goes back through a whole bunch of things to demonstrate and show its love of like genre and evolution. Mandalorian picks one, sticks with it, and then aces it. And that's what its goal is. So they are different in there, I
Well, not
think.
Wanda, not only that, but it gets its start from a movie,
Hmm.
and then its end sets up a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Technically true of the Mandalorian too a little bit, but less so.
No, The Mandalorian sets up the Book of Fett.
Oh, sets up a mini series. Oh, jeez.
Well, I'm just
Well,
saying, it sets up the Book of Fett because Book of Fett, as I understand it, features Luke and Grogu,
mhm,
which is what Mandalorian sets up.
right. Well, I mean, genuinely, we can be as glowing as we want about these. Let's see what Adam has to say.
And this is Real Rivalries, the show where we pit two properties head to
Hey.
head and let you decide the winner.
So, who wins in a fight, Wanda or Mandalorian?
Wanda would.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before Star Wars and the Marvel Cinematic Universe would start.
But he's
Also-
got a disruptor beam.
Also, the name of the show is
And I have to say,
WandaVision,
the
which
first
means it'd be
attempt
Wanda
for
and
both
Vision.
properties was admirable.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
That said, I'm not really interested in admirable. I'm more concerned with which one's worth your and my precious time. Season 1 of The Mandalorian
both are.
or Season 1 of WandaVision. I'll be going over the characters, stories, and the worlds of each of these before confidently stating which one is the winner. Let's begin.
Here we go. Characters.
Instead of using some of the
Who's got the
large
better
lineup of
characters?
Star Wars characters, director Jon Favreau opts to tell fresh stories with a new lead. Pedro Pascal plays Din Djarin, a lone bounty hunter who follows the Mandalorian creed.
Wait, he's got a name?
Wearing your helmet at all times is
Of course he does.
paramount for this crew, and that's a huge red flag for me. Not a club I'm interested in partaking in. Thank you very much. I believe we only see the actor's face once in all of season 1, so it's safe to say he's
dramatic
sticking
moment.
to his guns for the time
Character
being.
moment, even.
One face audiences can't get enough of is that adorable little scamp Grogu, simply referred to as the child by Mando, or Baby Yoda for everyone else. For the record, he's not Baby Yoda. I feel like I have to clarify that, or pay some sort of price online. This unlikely duo will come
it's not
across
like...
all sorts of good and bad.
Oh, there are pedantic nerds who will get on his case.
Well, I mean,
You
it's
do what you
not
gotta
like
do,
in
Adam.
all the history of Star Wars, they didn't take any opportunity to name Yoda's species once.
Lucas
didn't want you to.
I can't wait. Not as thrilled.
It's a shame he doesn't own it anymore, right? Shame that Disney didn't decide to name the species at any point.
And the first thing they did was get Grogu.
Yeah, WandaVision does kill off a cute dog, an imaginary vision, and a couple of young kids, but still, destroying that murder bot, that really hit hard. Carl Weathers shows up from time to offer Mando new jobs, and my favorite bit of casting goes to Moff Gideon. Whenever a Breaking Bad cast member shows up, it feels like part of the family's moved on, and I get excited. WandaVision stars,
He did so great.
Monica Rambeau. I guess she's not the main character, but more of a terrible reminder of that mediocre Captain Marvel film. The WandaVision title really knocked it out of the park.
What are you talking about? What about those two, what's his name from Ant-Man who finally learned the card tricks? And what's her name from Thor? Who finally went on to something other than Thor.
The friendly, you know what? They're all super nice people. They have to be. Wanda and Vision also manifest some twins that grow up right before our very eyes. The cute human babies are fine, if not a dime a dozen, and they have nothing on my boy Grogu. Outside the quaint suburban lifestyle,
Something long comic book lore of Wanda and Vision's children.
Darcy Lewis is back in the mix after being snubbed from
Darcy,
there we go.
Alongside Ant-Man and the Wasp's Jimmy Woo. I have to give him props too. His close-up magic has come a long way.
That's what I said.
Impeccable segues. Catherine Hahn delivers a really fun performance as the nosy neighborhood witch Agatha. Quicksilver's in this too. Not
She
that
is.
one. No, instead
Honestly,
he's
I
recast
just
as
love the
X-Men
personality
version,
that
played by
Agatha
Evan
got
Peters.
for it.
It's not the
Bet you
X-Men
didn't see
version,
that
though.
coming, as one would
It
say.
was literally the
You
first
might be
version.
asking yourself,
Just happened to be
why
played by
did they
that guy
cast
for this
him?
reason.
I suspect we'll find out in round 2. No, we actually won't. I have no idea. Let's go.
So he didn't actually he didn't actually decide who had better characters.
Now we're doing this thing again.
But before
Yeah.
the sequel trilogy that some people refuse to acknowledge. We follow the travels of Mando, the mysterious bounty hunter who gets in over his head after accepting an under-the-table commission. The job was to deliver the child and accept payment, no questions asked. This doesn't work for Mando, who has grown somewhat attached to the little scamp. Now the hunter becomes the hunted, as Gideon scours the planet.
You could call them both iron-blooded
Since the plot
orphans.
revolves around getting the child to safety, there are plenty of excuses.
You're making
to
assumptions
touch down
about
on
Yoda's
unique,
species.
often interesting planets. Usually these episodes entail helping out the locals or fetch questing for ship parts. There is definitely a formulaic monster of the week vibe in the middle of the season, which can be forgiven thanks to the likable leads and overarching plotline.
Also, I don't think that WandaVision had an actor that got canceled universally.
Oh, gosh.
One more interesting layer to it all. While The Mandalorian is
Like The
set after the
Mandalorian
original
did.
trilogy, it doesn't feel that connected to those films in the same way WandaVision does. The fallout from Endgame.
Yeah,
directly
Mandalorian
impacts
isn't
the
specifically
storyline. Not only that, but there are
doing
several
anything like
scenes
that.
from Age of Ultron which also come into play. At this point in the MCU, it's basically required viewing to have a good chunk of these films under your belt before going into a new installment. I mean, if anything, you're just going to appreciate things a lot more.
This is the ultimate kind of flaw of it. You gotta
No,
have
no,
seen
no.
everything else.
What are you talking about? If you didn't watch any of the Star Wars movies, you had no fucking idea what the Mandalorians are, or Grogu is about, or anything like that.
I think you could still watch it and enjoy it.
Yeah, I still think you can watch WandaVision and enjoy it without knowing anything about
The first couple episodes
Marvel.
are very surreal, briefly hinting at a much darker story underneath the facade. As the show progresses, so do the mysteries. Dead relatives are showing up, people are having random outbursts, and the family dog Sparky was murdered. Eventually we learn, through song appropriately enough, that it was Agatha all along. A witchy woman that wants Wanda's abilities. A big fight breaks out between the two gals. A couple of visions jump in the mix. Heck, even the kids partake in the festivities. Wanda eventually learns to let go of her past pain, finding some peace at a cabin on the lake. Kinda. The post-credits scene sees a very determined Scarlet Witch bulking up on her dark magic knowledge, presumably
A
to
parallel, of
resurrect
course,
her
to the
loved
way
ones.
Doctor Strange
What
was
makes both
also
of these
learning
stories
when he
so
was doing
interesting
magic.
are the worlds they get to play
Well,
in.
more specifically,
Let's
it's where
talk about
Doctor
them
Strange goes and
after
talks
this
to her in the
delightful
trailers for
Oh, there it goes.
Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, yeah.
The world of Star Wars is immense, with countless planets and animals to be discovered. It's countless because I haven't counted them. I'm sure someone has. The simple premise of
You think that
the Mandalorian
compares to the
everybody.
Marvel Universe Guardians,
around this
man?
massive
Multiple
universe
Guardians movies, there's
while
multiple
adding to
worlds
the
out
deep
there
lore.
too. Plus
WandaVision takes place
dimensions.
in New Jersey. Our protagonist will come face to
Star
face
Wars
with
is
a
definitely
massive cave
has
dwelling
more of a
butthole.
vibe of like
He'll help take
exploring
down
an
the
entire
ATST in the
universe.
lush
Marvel
forests
is
of
more about
Sokovia.
like
If you
exploring
can't
the
get enough
characters
of
that
old
are right here.
Tatooine, Mando's got you covered.
Yeah,
Swing
because
right
the
over
universe
to
is
some
already
shipping ports.
inhabited.
We see space prisons.
So it's not about
force
exploring a
abilities,
place, it's about,
Beskar
where
armor
am I?
forging, a dark saber,
And
Yeah.
somebody
a
explains
scary
it because
ride down a lava river,
all places
and a
you could be.
jetpack versus TIE fighter battle. If you're searching for a highly polished Star Wars property with plenty of action and nods to the classics while building up to something new, this is the way. WandaVision mainly takes place in the town of Westview. It's a nice little slice of that American dream just ripe for a family to settle down in. The most challenging part for Wanda Maximoff is deciding which TV format she wants to set the stage in. Different episodes feature not only different looks, but also different acting methods, camera setups, and even resolution changes. There's a black and white I Love Lucy inspired 50s motif, a zany, fast-paced Malcolm in the Middle episode featuring great intro music, a Modern Family single camera show, and a few other favorites from Wanda's childhood creeping into reality. There are even fake commercials during the program, set in those same time periods. The writers even poke fun at Elizabeth Olsen's inconsistent accent. One she continues
Oh,
to
gosh,
use
yes.
for some reason all the way to the very end. I mean, either do the accent or don't, Wanda. Pick a lane. While The Mandalorian has a consistent tone throughout, WandaVision keeps you guessing with its randomized structure. Which is truly better, though? That's going to take some real time and deep soul searching to figure out. Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Oh, here we go. He's actually gonna choose.
Personally, I enjoy these shows a lot.
Here we go.
I appreciate how WandaVision branches out from the films with its unique storytelling. Sure, it still ended with an over-the-top battle, but I genuinely cared about the leads. Two characters who I previously had very little interest in. That said, The Mandalorian impressed me even more. It felt like the first Star Wars property to really capture the look and spirit of the originals. The theme song is perfection, one that still gets stuck in my head from time to time. As far as cute characters go, Grogu ranks up there.
It's
with
just
the
some
likes of
Western
Rizzo and
whistling,
Pikachu.
which yeah, that's
Movie
pretty
level
catchy.
Production values, awesome action sequences, quotable dialogue, and a solid new direction for Star Wars make The Mandalorian the winner for me. I have spoken, and now I want to hear from you. Tell me which
There we
first
go.
season hooked you more. Leave a like if you had some fun. And I'll
Adam
see you
has
next
chosen
time on another Reel
The
Rivalries.
Mandalorian. It is the
Maybe
way.
For season 2 of WandaVision, Hugh Jackman will show up as Wolverine. Except instead of having the name Logan, they'll call him Josh or something.
I don't think there's going to be a
Seriously,
season
what
2 of
was that
WandaVision.
Quicksilver thing?
Not because there shouldn't be, but because that's the way it resolves.
Sure there will be. It's called
Thanks for
Doctor
watching
Strange and the
Rivalry.
Multiverse of
It's always
Madness.
fun to come up with versus episode ideas,
I guess
and
you're
even more
right.
enjoyable to hear suggestions. If you have two films or shows you want to see battle it out,
So what do
let
you
us know in
think?
the comments. Alien vs. Predator
feel
is always a
gypped here?
classic pairing, but cinematic
Oh, I was
darlings
thinking
like
that for a
Norman
moment,
versus Food
but
Fight can
I
also
feel
work. I think
like
you get the
the benefits. Sorry, I was letting the end of it play out.
Oh no, that's fair. That's fair.
I feel like the benefit of losing is being able to pick next time, and the benefit of being able to pick is that I don't feel so gypped when I lose. Like I'm in it. Like when you pick first, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll do my best to defend this. I feel like I'm just trapped in a cage, and it's like, well, this is a hell of my own. Well, no, I mean, when I get to pick my own, it's like I'm a hell of my own making if I lose. It's like, okay, I put everything I could out there.
hmm
I made the choice based on what I thought at the time. I lost. Oh well. But when I lose based on being backed into a corner with an only one choice option, well, that's where I'm at. And
Right.
it feels more of a chip then. But
Right, but even here, like these two are two high quality series that I would definitely recommend to people. They're both great.
I feel like I would want to watch WandaVision more, though. Specifically, it's because since there's an overarching mystery, I can watch it again and pick things out that I missed the first time now knowing what I know. Whereas,
Right, and Mandalorian can occasionally be like a harder sell to people, definitely because like it has a slower pacing and it measures things out and it isn't constantly flashy action or something happening. Like it dwells on a lot of quiet moments or slow action before like doing a quick draw blaster fight or something. Because it's a Western, but it's good.
which isn't to say that aren't good westerns.
Oh yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. The Western formula is good, and it's good because it's just
Right.
really
I'm just
fun to
saying that you
watch.
implicitly just said it's a western, but it's good, as if to say westerns aren't good.
Oh no. Well, I guess what I mean to imply is that there's a lot of emphasis on like constant action and keeping constantly distracted by new things that are happening on screen, and that it could be hard to jump from some modern media to a Western.
How about this? The entire season of Mandalorian versus the movie True Grit.
Versus the movie True Grit. I'm trying to remember if I saw
I'm
True
saying
Grit.
the
It's been
entire
a
season of
minute.
Mandalorian because the entire season of Mandalorian had more production value behind it than the single movie True Grit. So,
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to remember if I saw it or not. I feel like I did, but it's been so long.
either one.
Either one. Well, I'm not going to make a decision. I'm going to go ahead and end the episode. Ha, got you. All right. So, I've been Griffin, that's been Theta, and this has been Stoneface Reactions. Come see us next time. See ya, everybody. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?